For the latest Transformer news, reviews, and more, visit tformers.com. You're watching Radio Free Cybertron with your hosts, Brian Kilby, J.D. Church, Rob Springer, John DeLuna, Lady Reg, Weebum, featuring XV.
Yeah, little quick cut there. Hey, I'm Brian Kilby, I'm your host. This is Radio Free Cybertron, the original Transformers internet radio show, and one of the world's first podcasts. And I have the date wrong again.
Oh,
darn it. Darn it.
You'll get it eventually.
Let me fix. There it goes. Right date. I just put too much. Actually, I didn't get home until 8 o'clock, so I didn't have time to prep, as you can obviously tell. So, yes, this is the best podcast ever. So, hey guys, how's it going?
At least the most prepared.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That
Doing
good.
Yeah, I'm back. Hey, hi.
Oh yeah, JD, welcome back. Last week you were on the dark side of the moon, and prior to that you were actually lost over the Sea of Japan.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
God, it sounds like you're taking shrooms every week or something.
I know. After I bombed Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, he was hanging out with a doctor back in Mesopotamia.
With the coyote.
Yeah, welcome back, JD.
Thank you.
So, with me again, JD Church, Peter Van, John DeLuna, and Lady Rec, who is talking to her children who are not doing their homework.
Yeah, they're sort of not doing it today. Yeah.
But like I told Amy, I didn't do my homework either, and I'm pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, kids! See, all you have to do is have them watch this
Look at
show
all
and
this.
say, "See, if you don't do your homework, you could end up like one of these guys."
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. So, this week on Radio Free Cybertron.
The homework is the reason why you guys are the way you are.
It's possible. Well, there's other possible reasons, but we're trying to help you, Amy.
Yeah.
Hey, you're trying to help me what? You should be actually off helping your kids more.
No. We are life examples.
Life examples. Well, it was either homework or the lead paint in my house. My house was really, really old. There was no asbestos because there was nothing in the house at all to keep the house from burning down. They didn't really care. It was just lead paint.
Well,
It was like
back
hope.
then, asbestos wasn't like the big, bad, ugly thing yet, right?
We're not that old.
My house actually was that I grew up in was built in like 1930, 35. So, and it was a dump too. It was awesome. That's where the childhood dream, which eventually made its way into reality, was realized. So, okay, there you go. Hey, this week topic is Chat's Choice. So we do that when we don't have anything else to talk about.
We have nothing to talk about?
No, we have things to talk about. It's just that XV is not on this week, and really wasn't really active in the show notes. And
basically didn't give us a topic.
Yeah, so XV is really the brains behind Radio Free Cybertron. So when XV is not around,
As terrifying as that sounds.
yeah, I know, isn't that scary? He's the puppet
that's
master.
His new ringtone.
That is his ringtone. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the new. Is new the singular of news? So
Yeah.
I don't think there is a singular for
This is show gold right here, kids. This is.
so we got release dates for Transformers Prime toys, the first wave.
Nice.
1st of November.
Ooh, it's a bit earlier than we thought.
Yeah.
Just in time for us to start stocking up for Christmas.
Yes.
Yay!
So the cases look like Bumblebee 4 to imagine that. Bumblebee 4 to a case for deluxe, Starscream 2 to a case, and RC 2 to a case. So if you want Bumblebee, you're in luck. But
Ooh.
yeah.
Just looked at the Voyager numbers. Ugh.
Yeah, so even better. In a Voyager case, you have 3 Optimus for every 1 Bulkhead.
Good luck getting a bulkhead, kids.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And, yeah, exactly. And, God, that's going to be hard. I'm going to have to fight some kid for that toy. It's sad. And the Optimus, Megatron, and human characters, there, too, in a case for the Entertainment Battle Pack. So,
How can we put fanboys' balls in a vice?
yes.
I know. 1 bulkhead per case.
Well, admittedly, it's a case of 4. It's not like it's a case of 8. Like
Yeah, but why
with the
don't they do it
Deluxe.
2 and 2? Like, balanced? That would be crazy.
Because Optimus is going to sell better than Bulkhead. It's not like we're talking about animated Bulkhead, who is awesome. We're talking about, Prime Bulkhead, who
He's
is...
friends with Miko, and Miko is one of the greatest characters on that show.
No, she's not.
No?
No,
Like it?
believe it or not, she is not. So.
I didn't... Oh. Oh.
Yes.
That Target commercial with her plays like every 5 minutes.
I have not actually seen it,
I
but
haven't
I
seen
watch
it.
very little TV.
Oh, man, it's awful.
You know,
Even
actually-
my wife, unsolicited, said, that girl's annoying.
That's
She's
great.
like, I
Who,
hate that
Miko?
voice. I hate that girl's voice. Yeah, the actress who plays Miko is in a
Punch her.
Target commercial
Punch
that plays
her.
constantly.
Oh, wow.
In one of my many digressions, I do want to mention I don't watch a lot of TV, but lately I have been watching a lot of Netflix streaming. I actually had Netflix streaming like from the beginning up until about 6 months ago, and I watched one thing on it ever, and I quit. I actually canceled my account until about a month ago. Now I watch it all of the time. Last night I watched my favorite episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Once More with Feeling, and
the one that sings.
yeah, the
Everybody's
musical
singing
episode.
in it. Yeah. Awesome.
And there's so many things. This is probably a better topic for New Soundwave, but there's so many things on it that I want to watch. If Transformers in any way ever gets on, we need to do like some bringing it back on topic. We need to do like some viewing parties so that we could like do commentaries, because we don't do commentaries much anymore.
We should totally do that. I think you guys would have. I think you guys would have a lot of fun things to say.
Yeah, absolutely. So viewing parties on Xbox Live equal awesome. So there you go.
Awesome.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. So if we ever do that Star Trek podcast that we've been talking about, we can totally do that.
That would be awesome. We
I know.
should so do that.
I'm up for it. So let's go. Okay. So the next news item, Sean Casey from who's the trans fan in Savannah, Georgia. He over the summer had this huge Dark of the Moon launch party. He's actually holding a convention next year. We've talked about it, called SavCon. We'll be there, and we're not alone. Greg Berger will be
Nice.
at SavCon. So
Where does he live? Do we know?
on the
California,
moon.
I'm guessing.
Okay, so he's flying all the way across. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the news this week, people.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
It's,
Wow.
We got the 6-shot third-party thing. And
Third party. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's resort to that. So, JD, why don't you tell us?
other news? Can we throw in something?
Okay, tell us about it, JD.
I don't know. There's new images out. I assume these are Photoshop colored, and then there's some 3D model as well. But yeah, it's 6-shot. It's sort of posable. It looks cool.
Is he a ninja consultant from Cybertron?
I'm a ninja consultant from Cybertron. No, I don't.
You
It
should
doesn't.
totally-
Is that what he's called? Is that what
No.
the is that?
No.
Oh
No.
my God! If the toy was called Ninja Consultant, I would own 7 of them.
No. Hexatron is
There are going to
is
be
what.
3 of them, like 3 versions, I guess, 3 different painted versions of him.
Yeah, it looks like there's some. I don't know what these other versions are.
It's like Terminus Hexatron, not 6-shot.
Grandius. There's a Grandius version, I guess that's supposed to be, and
Not Victory Great Shot, Grandis Hexatron,
yeah,
and not Shadow Maru, Shadow Hexatron.
yeah.
I have no idea what I just said.
Yeah,
so-
me neither. I have
The
no idea.
Victory- I'm assuming Victory Great Shot. I'm assuming that's something from Victory that I'm not aware of.
What is it called?
Victory Great Shot.
Victory Great.
It's in yellows, blues, and red. Or not yellows. I'm sorry, whites and blues and reds, and has some kind of symbol on its chest. I'm not familiar with.
I put it in the show notes, Brian.
There you go.
Oh, that's the Japanese version of his son.
Oh, okay. Is that what that's?
Son. Oh, interesting.
You know.
Yeah.
You know that guy.
Can't think. Brains.
So how big are these?
That's a good question. It doesn't say.
Let me refer to the TF Wiki.
Well, I don't think those are real models yet. I don't think those are
Yeah.
physical models yet. So
I hate that style, by the way. It's too, like, the one thing I liked about the early classics toys, like Grimlock, is they were kind of an homage, but also kind of not.
Right.
And this looks like a Reveltech or something. I mean, it just looks like, it's an anime version of Six Shot with a bunch of ball joints. It's really cool.
It looks like a more posable version of Six Shot. I mean, it's not. I mean, it doesn't look like a great.
Oh wait, no, is it? It's not a repainted Quick Switch. Actually, it looks like it was probably built from Six Shot. I thought that was Quick Switch.
No, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Boy, we know our.
I don't know.
We know our stuff.
We are experts.
This is awesome.
I've been doing this for 20 years.
I guess it's a remold of. I don't know what
Shot.
This is fantastic. I'm actually reading the chat
Six
right now,
Shots.
and XV says that we suck.
Well,
No,
XV sucks.
And weeks like this,
V sucks for like being on the show, so
He's just trolling us.
be on the show, he could tell us how much we sucked. But since he's not on the show, then he can suck it for not being on it.
That is true.
this is all his fault. So
It is all his fault because he didn't give us any show notes. If he's not going to be on the show, he have the decency to at least give us show notes. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Checking TFU info. It is definitely based off Six Shot, and I should have known that. All I saw was a drawing of it, and I could actually tell that was Six Shot. I have lost cred. I have lost nerd street cred. So.
That's all right. I'm sure
apologies.
Get it back.
Yes.
Did of course I wasn't here last week, so I missed out on that. But of course the Unicron, Amazon Unicron sold out like 4
Oh my God! Yeah, that happened. News, actual news.
That was a crapshoot.
Yeah, that sucks.
It was just like, we're here. No, we're not. Yeah, we are. No, we're not.
Yeah,
no,
I saw it on
we haven't.
T-Formers, and the first thing I saw
haven't.
was it posted, and it was no longer available. Did you post that, Peter?
Yeah, so I posted it. I checked like an hour later, and it was like, we'll be in stores. I updated that post 3 times in like 2 hours. It was ridiculous. They were like, we have it. No, we don't. Yeah, we have it. No, we don't. Wait, no, it'll be out next week. Nope, we don't have it anymore. And then somebody was like, I have one, $300. I was like, really? Like, the guy actually posted it through Amazon. It was one. He clicked on the have one, sell yours button, and he posted it for $300.
That's awesome.
Wow. So what's this Robot Kingdom one, though? Like, apparently they have a pre-order up for one?
It's the same one.
It's the same one, so they're selling through the same one then, I guess, in September.
No, the figure is an Amazon exclusive. So
are they buying up Amazon stock and reselling it?
I guess they're buying it up and then reselling it because theirs is $90.
Assholes.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything bad because Robot Kingdom is a sponsor of ours.
I mean, that's wonderful.
I mean,
that's a compliment in my world. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
They're able to. They're selling it for $90.
Well, that's a deal. That's a bargain. My God, that's a great deal.
Yeah, because you're not going to be able to get it. I mean, no sane person is going to sell theirs that they got for considering how difficult it was.
So they're actually doing a service to the true fans.
Yeah.
So so the true fans, so kids out there who say, "Daddy, I want a Unicron who's got the remolded head, who kind of looks like G1." Okay, son, that kid's not going to appreciate that.
That kid is like.
If you have a child,
God bless Robot Kingdom for selling that for $90.
I think Amazon will probably get more. But
Apologies for Robot
would
Kingdom
hope
and
so.
their relationship with Tformers.com.
But if you can't wait, and if your child is like, "Daddy, I want a remolded head," and then buy it. But if you can wait, then you may want to.
Actually, if I had a kid, he would say, "Daddy, I want the Unicron with the remolded head, and I want you to get that from RobotKingdom.com." I'd be like, "Yes, son, it's only $90. Let's do that."
That's a bargain.
That's a bargain, Dad. I love their website. They have great deals, and they have super fast shipping, and they have excellent packaging.
And they're Chinese. It's amazing.
It is amazing. Okay, so
Anyway,
If you have a child
wow.
who says stuff like this, please record it and send it to us.
Yes.
That's like a cross between.
If your child is a shill for a website, or if your child wants to be a shill for a podcast, please email us at contact@tfradio.net.
I just want to hear that there are actual kids out there that talk like this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Come on.
Considering that there's a lack of news, Brian, do you want to talk about the Beast Wars naming thing?
Oh yeah, actually, well, we're actually going to talk to Zob at some point about this, but our pal Zobivore, who longtime listeners know, has been on the show from time to time, and he and Turin are basically 99% responsible for the Transformers the movie parody that we've done. Zob did basically all of the voices, all of the good ones anyway, and he's like an Uber, he's one of the many Uber Transformers fans who would have just chided me for getting the whole Great Shot thing wrong. He would have punched me probably hard. But he's been thinking, and when you're on the World Wide Web in the fandom for a while, you kind of develop maybe some, not delusions or maybe you become paranoid about things, or you develop like biases for and against things. Well, Zob had thought for a while that Hasbro was taking content from his website and repurposing it. I'm like, maybe Zob, I would think they would already have it. But what turns out wasn't Hasbro, I don't think. But at the very least, Shout lifted this fake, this completely fraudulent Beast Wars character, the Beast Wars catalog from Zob's page, where he had completely renamed all of the characters, and it's actually on the Beast Wars Season 1 Shout Factory DVD.
So to go back though, I mean, it's like we reported on this a few months ago. Like when the Shout DVD came out, there was this image on there of basically like those first year Beast Wars characters, but they all had like G1-esque names. And I think the explanation at the time was that they were pre-name placeholder deals or whatever. I mean,
that was Photoshops that Zob
they
did.
were, but I'm saying that was the explanation.
Right, yeah, you're right, of course.
That was Shout's explanation on the DVD or whatever. And that was our understanding even at the time, was that it's like these were placeholder names. And we even had a wonderful conversation, I don't know what episode it was, but you can go back to it. And we had this great conversation about, it's very interesting, they named this one Red Alert and blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, and so that, exactly. What it turns out is in 2008, Zob had made this image of a sort of, I think his argument at the time was Hasbro was naming a lot of current characters after G1 characters, even though the characterizations didn't always quite make sense. And so it was sort of a, what if Hasbro did Beast Wars now?
Yes.
And he went back and basically made a Photoshop scene. Now, I mean, to kind of go back, I mean, this is stuff that happened all the time, like back in ATT, because...
ATT was a repository for information. Everyone used Alt Toys Transformers. There was no TF Wiki. There was no TFU.info. ATT was the source of Transformers knowledge on the internet.
But even just that, I mean, there was still like image editing and stuff that was done even back in the day. It's sort of like what if kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
and things like that. And so this is not that uncommon. But what happened, of course, like we said, my assumption based on it would be that Shout, was doing web searches for stuff and found it and lifted it. And so it's pretty clear. You can look at Zob's post. I think it is on the whatever current version. ATT sort of exists still, right? I mean,
it's
there's like 5 people there.
I spent so many years of my life like following that news group, which seems like many years. Realistically, it was 3.
It was 3.
Yeah,
it was 3 for me.
But
still, that's a long time.
Yeah, it was such a huge mind share, though, of who I was.
Shared your brain with other people?
Yeah, at that point.
It was. Well, I mean, and like, there's no... I don't know, we're going in the Wayback Machine here in a way, but, I mean, the difference between, like, even, like, ATT, like a Usenet board and a message board is really kind of night and day. I mean, you really...
Yes.
They're not the same thing.
They're two totally different things. And it was It's the. I mean, when I say I was going to say it's the closest thing I've ever had to like a Transformers community, but it really was an honest-to-God Transformers community that I felt that I belonged in, that I was a citizen of, that I was a contributor to. And, you know, as far as being a Transformers fan, it was probably, ignoring, of course, this, it was probably the most rewarding thing that I've been involved in. Because I really enjoyed it. I was involved. But it's not replicated in HTML, and I complained about that. Then I'm like, oh, HTML and web boards are going to ruin Transformers. I mean, obviously they didn't, but it's never been the same. Yeah,
I mean, the thing is it decentralized it, which I think is a net loss. But and we can have a debate about this.
Well,
probably,
we could.
But I think at the time the community was small enough that basically the entire community was centralized there. There was nowhere else to go. Message boards didn't exist.
I would say that the gain, you say it's a net loss. I would say that the gain is now if instead of having huge flame wars where things erupt and there's complete and total turmoil, people just go somewhere else where people agree with them.
Well, and that's why I say that's a net loss, though, because I'm a big fan of
diversity.
Diversity and marketplace of ideas. And if you just congregate with people that you agree with, you know, I don't think you actually gain anything. It's like if you just find, I mean, that's the most internalizing thing that you can do is just find people that you agree with so that you sit around and talk about how smart and correct you are.
Well, yeah, but I think people who are prone to going to a place where everyone agrees with them probably aren't adding a lot anyway.
Yeah.
Possibly, but I mean, well, yeah, but then you go back and you look at like the post Flame War, and then the addition of Mod,
right,
where Raksha and her group left,
and they certainly did add to the fandom. They were a huge part of the fandom.
And I think that was boy. We are talking old school fans.
I was gonna say I don't even know these words. I don't think
it's like, where do Mudflap and Skids fall into this equation? I don't get this. I don't get what you're talking about. You guys are old farts.
All right, there was a day in the fandom, you know, when everybody was in one place, and you just, you know, it wasn't a lot of people.
Well, I say everyone was in one place. There were still email lists. There were still honest to God paper fanzines.
Yes, but in terms of in terms of the by and large of the online community, you were either in ATT or you were in, you know, ATT Mod or whatever.
ATTCM. And then there were those weird people that were in RTT Mod. Rec Toys Transformers moderated. I don't even get those folk.
But it was just, like I said, it was just a different time. I mean, everything was centralized. You know, you had threads, you know, going back months, and I mean,
and today we use Usenet for piracy.
The fact that anybody that was there, you could just talk about the Great Flame War, and people go, "Oh man, that was you know."
There are people to this day
they know what the Flame War meant.
Yes, there are people to this day who hate my guts for things that I said on Alt Toys Transformers.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yes.
Yeah. I'm just jealous of how awesome you are as a troll.
Oh, no, that wasn't me being a troll. That was me being me.
Oh, you were actually being you. Oh.
Yeah, no. That was me being me. So.
But no, I mean, it was just, like I said, it was just a different time. I mean, now it's like, now you have like almost, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's almost like an animosity between like, you know, T-Formers, message board, or whatever, you know, Cybertron, or, you know,
okay, let me say this while you're here, and I'm saying this is, I'm an affiliate, I'm partners with T-Formers, but I'm not T-Formers myself. I don't get that from being a fan and user of T-Formers. I think T-Formers, the fans, are pretty open to other groups. It's just, there are other groups that hate.
Yeah,
there are other.
I think I've heard more animosity on other forums rather than the T-Formers.
T-Formers is cool. That's one of the reasons I love T-Formers. Is I've never seen Peter's dancing, but it's true. I've never seen the hatred from T-Formers that I see from other groups, and that's why T-Formers is great. Besides being the best news source on the internet for Transformers.
Yep.
There you go. And we love Robot Kingdom. Oh my God, I love Robot Kingdom so much.
Yeah, Robot Kingdom.
Yeah. So
anyway, it was just a different time, and it was, and I do miss the days of like a centralized fandom, but that's just not the way things are nowadays. I mean, people break into groups, and that's what happens, and it's natural for it to happen to an online community, and the community is just too big for that to even really.
It's impossible. It would be impossible for everybody to be in one place.
I mean, seriously, we're talking about how many regular posters would you say, Brian? Maybe a couple hundred at best.
Oh no, not even that many.
Really? I mean, like 100. I mean, I
would say that there were probably 100 to 200 people that posted maybe once a week. Then there were probably 30 people that posted every day.
Right. Yeah, that's probably the case. Yeah, I'd agree with that. And so when you think about that, that was like 99,
Yeah, God, that was a decade ago. That was actually the decade before last.
Yes. That was in the 90s, kids.
Oh, God.
What? 90s don't exist, dude.
Man, we just...
It totally existed.
We so dated ourselves just because... And some people are like, what's a bulletin board?
Well, again,
What's the 90s?
Again, at that point, I was doing this. Back in the 90s, we were still doing Radio Free Cybertron. That's how frickin' old we are. I'll probably die doing this podcast.
You talk about that, and I'm like, I know that I'm at least a couple years older than you guys, so...
Yeah. Instead of talking about holes in my leg, I'm going to be talking about having dialysis.
Yeah. Actually, no, never mind. Actually, we'll have the XV Memorial episode every year on the date of his death.
We should do an exchange. Sorry, Headmaster Don has mentioned like an exchange program. That would be hilarious.
An exchange program?
Yeah, like for podcasting hosts. Like Vangelis could host this show and.
Oh, that would be cool.
Vangelis has never been on this show. Vangelis back in the day, I haven't, except for speaking with him at BotCon in 2010. I haven't really spoken with him on a regular basis since like 2001. But we would exchange some messages on LiveJournal. God, that was 6 or 7 years ago.
What's LiveJournal?
They would never.
Yeah, but he's never been on the show. But most everybody else who's been anyone else in the Transformers podcast community has been at some point, or got their start here, which is kind of crazy. But
they would never.
But yeah, we'll let Kal-El Prime we'll go host his show and we'll just like rotate around.
I can't talk that
I
long.
think that would be fun to do.
I can.
Yeah, you can.
I do a 2.5+ hour show every week.
Yeah, no, I can't do a Moonbase 2-length show. I think I would hang myself.
Yeah. It's amazing how fast that goes by though on my show. I get to the like 2.5 hour mark and I'm just like, how did we do that again?
That's pretty ridiculous, dude.
So
pretty ridiculous.
Everybody just has stuff that they bring up and you discuss. That's just kind of how it goes.
Well, and with a review show like that, it's hard not to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a half hour already, and we're just like...
That we've just been jabbering on. Okay, hey, guess what? You know what it is? It's... This is so cheesy.
It's now time for Comic News with Amy Morgan.
I need video for this. So bad. Amy, what's going on in the comic realm?
Well, Brian, what's going on in the comic realm? Next week, we're going to be getting ongoing number 25, and it's been dubbed The Last Story on Earth, so you'll have to go to your comic shop to pick it up next Wednesday. Also, there's been talk about a Livio Ramondelli sketchbook, and it is a reality. I've seen pictures and a couple eBay... I can't speak today now.
I can't either. It's okay.
Okay. A couple eBay places that you can buy it at, and they're, of course, selling it for an exorbitant amount of money. So if you really want to get this, and you can't get it any other way, go to eBay. But, yeah, contact your local comic shop to see how to get one, if you can get one, because I can't where I'm at. I talked with my comic book provider. He said that he couldn't get it. He actually called a couple other stores to see if they could get it. We're just not ordering enough Transformers comics, and that's the reason why I can't get it. So I'm like, darn it!
Move to North Carolina. We ordered too many.
Awesome.
Wait, what?
It's the Livio Ramondelli sketchbook, and it's just a sketchbook that's being, I guess, sent out to comic shops that actually buy more than like a few Transformers comics, and so if you buy, I think what my comic book provider said you have to have like a comic shop that would buy over 10 Transformers title comics. Not like titles, but like actual individual. They have 10 people out there that would like to buy Transformers, and so they regularly stock theirs at, they're going to buy 10 issues. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't get them here because no one here is reading that many Transformers comics.
And so you can actually purchase it, or is it part of like
I
a
can't.
special thing?
It's a special thing that's given to those comic shops that do that. So, unfortunately, I can't. So if anybody's out there and has a copy and they would like to either give it to me or sell it to me at a reasonable price,
Do your homework.
Yeah, please PM me and we will discuss. Also, Last Stand of the Wreckers is going to be collected in a hardback volume, so says Amazon.
It's a little late for that, isn't it? It's already
really.
Yeah, I mean,
just barely came out.
Don't you do that before you do the paper?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean?
Usually you do the hardback before you do the paperback.
They've done like two runs of the paperback already.
They've actually been doing
it's
that.
a collection, but that's what they've been doing lately. They've been putting out almost all of their titles that have been out in trade paperback in collections, like actual like hardbound books.
Yeah, they
right, but that's what I'm saying. Usually you do the hardcover collection first, and then you come out with the paperback.
Didn't they do like the omnibus stuff like a couple years ago, like last year or something like that?
Yeah, those are like ridiculously
I don't
expensive.
recall them doing an omnibus last year. If they did it any time before last year, then I wouldn't have been reviewing at the time, so I'm not quite sure on that. But yeah, supposedly it's going to have nothing but Wreckers in it, so there's going to be lots of space for. We're not quite sure. We don't know if there's going to be new content or what. So just keep your eye out. Watch, watch the forums or come here, and we'll, give you the news when we hear about what's going on. So, and speaking about Wreckers, Andrew Griffith he also helped on inking some of the pages for Last Stand of the Wreckers, and he's selling a few of his pages. So if you are interested, you can go to his website. It's Glove Studios at glovestudios.blogspot.com. And you can get in touch with him and see what he's got. It's kind of cool. And lastly, I'm running a contest.
Ooh!
I've got some stray comics that have been signed that I would like to give away. To enter this contest, all you have to do is like my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/LadyRec. If you've already liked it, then you're already entered.
I've already liked it.
Yeah.
Amy, you've got like 9,000 fans.
I have 9,000 what?
Fans.
No. Right now, I only have like 200. So.
Only.
How many you have, JD?
What?
I'm sure there are a whole heck of a lot more for
I have
radio. So.
JD has.
I have 7, Amy.
I would have.
You don't have a fancy. You don't have a fancy URL, JD. You need to set it up where it's facebook.com/the JD Church.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's the problem. That's why you only have 7 fans.
There's your problem. You don't have a cool name for your Facebook thing.
It has to have a snappy jingle.
Right. Probably helps if it doesn't help that I don't post there.
Your last post was July 17th.
Yeah.
I already liked your page.
Yeah, it's us and Nicole and some people that I don't know.
Let's see, like maybe, yeah. That one guy.
JD, now that
We'll work on that.
now that you can control Facebook better as far as like who sees what, maybe you should just let your friends and fans
back on Facebook.
Back on Facebook.
No. No. I've actually thought about getting a Tumblr now.
Isn't it a little late for that?
Is it? A friend of mine just got it today, and I'm just like,
ride the Google Plus wave, dude.
I always like to ride behind the wave. That way, if people crash and stuff, I can see. And so I always end up being a little bit behind the tech, but that's okay, because I'm like, oh, okay, this is established technology. Oh, it's gone? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
That's all right. I don't have a Tumblr account either yet, so.
See? You get a Tumblr together, Amy.
Yeah.
You think
We should.
Is Tumblr like LiveJournal?
It's like a really.
Tumblr is like
it's an image blog.
It's like a blog plus picture thing.
So it's like LiveJournal.
We have a Tumblr that I don't ever use. Rob manages it, and since Rob doesn't have his awesome job anymore. He doesn't have time to do it.
What's better is I love Google Plus and I don't use it.
I love Google Plus.
Yep.
And I rarely use it. I'm like really disappointed in myself. Probably because it doesn't work with TweetDeck yet. I'm sorry, Amy.
Yeah.
I've totally railroaded your thing.
It's
You have
okay.
a contest.
Yes,
Yeah,
I have a
sorry.
contest. Like my
So
Facebook
like the page on Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, my facebook.com/LadyRec. If you, like I said, if you've already done that, then you're already entered. September and October seem to have a lot of artists' birthdays, so I thought, oh, this would be a good way to just kind of say, hey, happy birthday! Here's a comic. It was done by this creator. Yay!
Right on.
So yeah, their birthdays. I'm giving away comics. Yay!
Yay!
That's pretty
And-
easy to enter too. So.
Yeah, it is really easy. All you have to do is just click like. There you go. Awesome. And that is all I have for the Comic Corner this week. So more next week.
They should be liking your page regardless.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
added Transformers Ongoing to my pull list. So
You know, actually, if you're a fan of RSC on Facebook, Lady Rec is already a like on our page, but I don't see that RSC is a like on Lady Rec's page.
ooh,
Something wrong about that.
Low blow.
But I do see that High Moon Studios is a like.
And T-formers.
And T-Formers, that's good.
That's good.
Huh. Okay, so. Okay, now that we have that aired out, that laundry. So, I'm kidding.
Laundry.
Anything else, Amy?
Nope, that's it. That's
Awesome.
all I have.
Awesome. JD,
yeah, that's me.
what's going on this week in history?
This week, August 30th, 1963, Paul Oakenfold. I hope I said that right.
Oakenfeld.
Oakenfeld.
Come on,
I think
man.
so.
No, there's an O in there.
Is it Fold or Feld? Anyway.
Feld.
I don't
He's
know.
British.
Oakenfold.
Oakenfeld.
This guy that makes trance
Oh.
music.
He composed the Cybertron theme song. Anyway, he was born on that day. 48
Awesome.
now.
That is
Congratulations to him for making it 48 years in this world. Good job.
Wow.
And for making that Cybertron theme song. That was
Everybody get your glow sticks out.
Yeah.
right.
So, people watching live in the chat, be thinking about what you want us to talk about, because after our break, we are going to go to Chat's Choice. I like alliteration, but I don't like the sound of that, so we need to come up with a better name for when we do this.
We're going to talk about
Challenge of the chat.
Challenge it. It could be like Challenge of the GoBots, but Challenge of the
Yes.
Chat, maybe.
Challenge of the
Yeah.
chat.
Oh, we've already got like 3 or 4 good topics. 3 good
good.
topics. One
Actually,
questionable.
other than topics, Sean, what is going on in the chat this week?
Yo.
Trax is saying I'm trolling a buffet.
Yeah, you troll everything all the time. We're talking about buffalo wings, talking about buffets.
I love
Let's
buffalo
see, What
wings.
else? People seem to like the idea of doing a host swap, like a white elephant Christmas to our viewers and listeners. Or
It could be fun.
awesome.
Well, it would really take the listeners, though. Like, you'd really have to, hound Vangelis and
yeah, you'd have to like promote heavy on every show.
you'd have to
So
go and, like,
Lauren's
we have
just
this great
like,
idea.
So yeah, all the good stuff, man. All the good stuff. Oh yeah, and by the way, just a little bit off topic, I posted, and JD, I don't know if you did this on
Oh my
Facebook
God, it's
this
awesome.
week. Superman's new outfit in the new Superman movie.
Yes.
That points straight down to his.
He's got
Super-
he's got a treasure
Yes.
trail.
Right down to his
That goes-
boots.
Yeah.
Billy Finding
Yeah.
Power Pack. Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
There it is, right there. It's hitting me in the face.
Oh God.
Okay, so we'll talk about
What are
the
you doing
stuff.
down there, John?
Got it. I think I'm gonna pull that up real quick.
John, what are you doing?
Poke my eye.
Yeah.
I lost an eye.
There we go.
Power Pack.
You get to see it.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, we've got good topics from the chat already, and maybe we'll have some more during the break.
Fantastic. Okay, so
Awesome.
I'm focusing on Superman. Super phallus. Well, it's not really phallic.
Wait,
It's
because he doesn't have, trunks? Is that what, is
yeah.
that what does it?
It's just weird.
No, man.
Just
It looks like Superman in the new DC universe.
It
so I'm
does.
not like,
It does.
I don't know where
Yes,
the
looks like a
controversy.
Chippendales dancer. That's what it looks like.
Okay.
Superman is. I mean, come on. Even with the red undies, it's still kind of.
Wait, Wait, does he have red undies?
Somebody ordered the sausage pizza.
He doesn't now. He basically has the same costume that he has in the new DC universe. I think it's a brilliant move on DC's part. I think they're unifying the product. I think that's,
I guess. The only problem is, like, doesn't society have this ideal interpretation of Superman? Like, don't they say, I know what Superman looks like?
That doesn't mean that they're wrong.
And it's not, this guy.
That doesn't mean that they're wrong. See, this people
Captain
is the new
Beefstick
Superman.
here.
That's it right there. So
Hey, they have that exact pose when they teased him.
yeah. So see?
As long as he doesn't make unnecessary
you hit
thrusts
Johnny
while he talks during the movie, I'll be fine.
That would be excellent. That's going to happen in the Robot Chicken version, I
For
guarantee.
emphasis, whenever he emphasizes a point, he just does a
Right.
little thrust.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Awesome.
Will save
Awesome,
you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Radio from Cybertron will return after these messages. This is Twitter Theater.
Hi, this is Rob. This week's Twitter Theater, which is viewable on tfvideo.net, or if you followed our Twitter feed, you'd get an update when it came out, is a little bit different this week. Instead of doing the standard walls, here's something silly, Transformers video, I did a post of an old Beast Wars documentary. Basically, Mainframe at some point around 96, 97 made this little short documentary for whatever reason, and this is it. And it's kind of funny because I don't know why they made this, because there wasn't like there was DVD special features at the time, and I don't recall really seeing it before maybe a few years ago. So I'm not really sure what the purpose of this is, other than they made a Making of Beast Wars special. And the thing is, it's cool. It's really neat. Because one, things like made 96, 97, that's crap, like 16 years ago, 15 years ago. And so much has changed since then. Not just people looking a lot younger, because boy, they really look younger. Not to mention Scott McNeil doesn't look like the Marlboro Man. He's wearing a nice little suit jacket, and he's got a nice little haircut. And something happened at some point. Apparently he got in a cowboy gunfight and started showing up everywhere looking like Lorenzo Lamas. We love you, Scott. Yeah, it's weird. Like, Gary Chalk is much younger looking, and it's only like 15, 16 years ago. My math's terrible. One thing is looking at the technology they were using at the time, and it's like, man, I almost forgot what using a computer in the 90s was like. It's such a different world than it is today. Also of note, you notice there's a lot of toys kind of laying around, and go figure, they're working on a cartoon based on a toy series. There's a Waspinator, not transformed correctly, laying on top of one of the computers, as well as a Woody doll, which, go figure, a computer animation company at the time would look up to Pixar in some way, or even now. I mean, it's kind of old hat, and actually people are getting kind of annoyed at all the computer animated kiddie movies, but at the time, Toy Story set a standard, and it's still a standard. Though I'm really not following for each Pixar movie has a message thing. The message is they made another movie. But it's kind of cool seeing them, especially the voice actors. It's like they're all together, just reading off the script, stuff like that. I really dig. It's a really neat one. This is not one of my. This is not a odd Twitter theater. This is a historical Twitter theater, and I hope you guys watched it. I'm actually holding my iPod sideways to videotape this in landscape, so the camera's here, and I keep looking at the screen. It's here, and it's going to take me a little time to get used to go look here and not here. This is a little distracting. And now it's an expressionist video. Yes, I keep looking over here. But yeah, thought that'd be a fun little week. I like to mix it up. Things to look forward to in the coming days. September, it's going to be Twitter Theater like normal. Halloween, October, we're going to have the Twitter Theater Halloween Hootenanny. Each week, Twitter Theater is going to be somewhat Halloween-y. And that's a good thing because Rob loves Halloween. And I hope you guys do because Twitter Theater is going to be Halloween-y. November is going to be the Twitter Theater we're all thankful for all month. That's right, we're going to have a greatest of Twitter Theater for Thanksgiving. Yeah. And then Christmas for shooting Christmassy. Yeah, man. However I can shoehorn holidays into Twitter theaters, I'm going to do it.
They're coming! The parasites are coming! Strange creatures from the tail of Halley's Comet. They hide inside special matchbox cars, then come out to attack mankind with laser cannons and magnum blasters. The parasites are coming! The parasites are coming! There's 6 evil parasites to collect. Look out! The parasites are coming! The parasites are coming! Parasites! Collect them where you buy matchbox cars.
We are giving away two Death Adder gaming mice from Razer. We are giving away Bumblebee Yellow or Megatron Silver. Just let us know what's your favorite Transformer. You can tell us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Google+, or email. You can email us at contact@tfradio.net. Facebook.com/tfradio is where you can find us on Facebook. We are on Twitter at TFRadio, Google+, just search for Radio Free Cybertron, and YouTube, it's youtube.com/user/TFRadio Network. You can actually find all of those links at tfradio.net. Just tell us your favorite Transformer. It can be a toy, it can be a character, it can be anything, and tell us why. So, is it a great toy featured in your favorite episode? The first toy you ever received? Just let us know. It's that simple. On the September 14th show at tfradio.net/live, we will announce the winner. So just tune in, tfradio.net/live on September 14th, and we'll also share some of your favorites. So again, just go to tfradio.net. You can actually find all the links there, and we are giving away 2 Death Adder gaming mice, just like this one right here. It's Dark of the Moon themed, and it is pretty freaking spectacular. So just go tell us your favorite Transformer. That's it. tfradio.net/live on September 14th.
You can hear our show on Stitcher Smart Radio. Stitcher allows you to listen to your favorite shows directly from your iPhone, Android phone, BlackBerry, or Palm phones. On demand and on the go. Don't have Stitcher? Download it for free today at Stitcher.com or in the app stores. Stitcher Smart Radio, the smarter way to listen to radio. We now return to Radio Free Cybertron.
And we are back. It was a glitch-free break, indeed. Glitch-free. As glitch-free as can be. So hey guys.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what it's time for?
What time is it?
Throw it into the chat.
Woohoo! Chat.
Yeah.
John, what are some of the suggestions that we got this week from the chat?
Okay, so here's a good one from Dawn. At what point did you guys realize that you were not just a buyer of toys, but a collector of toys?
Ooh.
Was it a moment or a particular toy, or was it like you walked into your room one day and said, "My God, what has happened?"
For me, it was when I realized that every single day I was getting a package in the mail.
I'd say it was probably when I had to put up shelving. Like, that was like...
Oh, nice.
You know, when it was...
Had to break out the toolbox and get to work.
You know, when it was like, oh man, I need somewhere to put all this stuff.
But it took you several hours to put up the shelving.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't that extensive, but it was just like, oh, I've got a lot of these now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it for me.
I have to say, I'll be honest, I have not hit that yet. I have not hit the fan to collector moment. I haven't hit it yet. So when I do, I'll let you know.
Oh, you will. Oh, you will. Okay, so moving on real quickly to video games. How about that? So what are some of the things that you want in an ideal Transformers game? Are there some things that you haven't seen yet? Or there's some things in the recent games that you particularly like? What do you want to see in a Transformers video game?
I want invisible walls that you hit that you can't get past.
You already have that.
I was just going to say that I was really, really happy with the War for Cybertron 1. So, as long as they hit that route and maybe have more characters and a little bit more customization, I'd be fine with that.
I want one-hit deaths. That's what I want. I want that really bad.
I want to have that special little move that you do that kills them instantly.
Would you want like a level or two where you're a human?
God, no.
Or you think that's a waste of...
Yes, I want to be Nico, and then it'll screw up the Transformers' plans as much as you possibly can in 5 minutes.
The only way I would want to be human, honestly, is if somehow the game, and it's never going to happen, but if somehow the game was like a strange retelling of G1, and it was like the only human episode, and like you're Rodimus and you get laid in the episode. That would be kind of cool. It could be like a Grand Theft Auto sort of thing.
/Catherine /War for Cybertron.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very nice.
Wow.
Or if it's a Kiss Players game.
Done.
And throw in Dragon's Lair too. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fast reaction. Okay. So third-party Transformers, which you guys love, I know. Are there some things that you want to see? Well, I know the answer to this. Are there some things you want to see in third-party Transformers? But are there some things you've seen in third-party Transformer merchandise that you would like to see carried over into Hasbro's line? Is there some stuff that you wish was official that you've seen?
I've been really digging the whole, like what they did with Cup, the Sergeant Cup, that they had the third party that had the extra head that you could buy that was separate that fit on the actual toy that Hasbro did. I kind of like that idea that, like, because toys are not the only thing that people collect. There are, other parts of the fandom that have story that go with it. Of course, the comics, because of course that's why I'm here, is because I like the comics, and so I wouldn't mind having like little things that are like that are different for like those comic fans out there that would be interested in having like a character that you can switch out a few things and all of a sudden they look like the comic book character. I like that. It's a good idea.
I agree. Like some sort of booster pack or battle pack or something. Kind of like how back in the day you could get Masters of the Universe or even, I guess, G.I. Joe packs that would have like extra accessories. Something like that for Transformers, where like an easily swappable head. Yeah, that would be awesome. I agree fully.
Yeah.
Now, is that something that you think could happen, or do you think Hasbro just has a mindset of not doing like troop builders and accessory?
Well, I don't think Hasbro is totally not against troop building. I mean,
no.
If it wasn't
for this brand,
no. I mean, a lot of the characters like in Energon were totally troop build fodder. But as far as like selling heads. And stuff like that are like just accessories for the toys. No, that really goes outside of the range for Transformers, but not for G.I. Joe, because G.I. Joe, a vehicle is an accessory. It's not a character. But I guess it really doesn't matter because it's an extra $20 or $30 in Hasbro's pocket. So the one thing I don't want to see adopted though are the incredibly low production runs. Because that's something that keeps the prices up. Now, if some of the toys had higher production runs and were more affordable, I mean, I would totally be for like the Ninja Consultant from Cybertron, aka Hexatron. I would pick that up probably. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Or Hercules. I would love to have Hercules. I think Hercules is spot on in the spirit of G1, unlike most of those other things, which just look like, like an abomination, honestly, like the Insecticons. They just don't look right. But Hercules is dead on as to what it should be. I would buy it if it wasn't like $1,000 or whatever it is.
if it wasn't like several months of rent.
An earlier question I saw was, what are some of our favorite Transformers commercials, and what are some of our least favorite Transformers commercials? I think that's a really interesting question. It's one that probably requires more research. Even though I for doing this show, I try to squeeze at least 1 or 2 commercials in a week. There's not a lot that I just absolutely hate, so I can't think of any, but there are some that I absolutely love, and specifically they're almost all G2, and they're almost all awful, but I love them for that. Like the one where they refer to Bruticus as a Dudicus, and anyone that involves rap is okay with me. Or the quick switch commercial where they refer to quick switch as being Six Shot Sun, or the Duocons commercial where it's like when Flywheels he's about to crash into the other half. It's like, oh no, it's like, oh, that's the Duocons. That's what they do. I love those. What about you guys? Any commercials that you love and or hate?
I haven't seen enough commercials. I usually avoid commercials.
To this day, I remember like the first Beast Wars commercial, just because I was so shocked. It was like, oh, it's Transformers again on TV.
Yeah, I don't even. No,
I don't.
It was like, rising out of the ooze of like the swamp. It's like the Beast.
I mean, I know the commercial. I've seen it on YouTube, or I saw it like on TF Archive back in the day, but I never saw it like.
Oh no, I clearly remember it on TV. It was cool. And then G2, actually, when
I do remember G2, of course.
When I saw the first G2 commercial, I ran out to Target to look for G2 like that day.
Wow.
Because it was another one where it was like. It was at a time where you kind of forgot about Transformers, or at least I had gotten out of Transformers.
I had completely gotten out of Transformers at that point. I don't even remember seeing G2 on the shelf because I went a little farther down and I was buying tons and tons of G.I. Joe at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could buy G.I. Joe at my local grocery store. I couldn't do that with Transformers.
That's so funny. Like I said, I was totally out by G2. It's funny. I have like a memory of the point that I gave up Transformers, and I know when I picked it back up.
I know the last Transformer I bought, which was Cloudburst.
It was at the same store. It was at my Walmart in my hometown, and I went to the Walmart in my hometown, and I went to the Transformer section, and it was very small at that point. It was like part of a 4-foot, and it had an Action Master. And I picked it up, and I was like, it's a Transformer that doesn't transform. What has happened?
Yeah, you stopped after I did.
And I put it back on the thing, and I walked away, sad.
Pretenders did it for me. I really wish I had been in the Transformers.
And you cried yourself to sleep that night, didn't you?
I did. I mean, Transformers have been my life for so long.
Oh, actually,
for many nights afterwards.
And then, like in high school, I got a job working at that Walmart, and then like this little bird Transformer was there.
Airazor?
Yep.
Airazor was the one. Airazor was the first Transformer that I got.
Airazor was the first Transformer I bought.
When I got back into, but I wanted on Cartoon Network. Actually, you mentioned the Action Masters, and we were talking about commercials. The Action Masters are some of my favorite commercials. Who will join me? Who will give up the power to transform to be stronger, faster, more alive? I will. Count me in. I love those commercials so much.
And yet less transforming.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why. It's just like, and I know that there's a lot of people that are fan of Action Masters, and like I will get burned for that. But it was just like, I don't know what it was. Like in my little kid brain, it was just like, that's it.
In all of my collecting, I've only ever picked up 1 or 2 Action Masters. So I mean, it's not a big deal.
I got them as part of a lot. Like when I was buying stuff on eBay at one point, I have an Action Master Bumblebee and an Action Master like Axer or something.
You know what I do love though? Something from a little before that, which were the Classics Pretenders, or the Classic Pretenders. And
oh yeah.
So they were later on, I guess, Legends or whatever they were called when they were sold at Kmart.
It was a Kmart, yeah, Kmart exclusive where they just released the figures.
I mean, those weren't Action Masters, but they were crappy little toys. But I still
they were really crappy.
I still love
they
those.
Almost were Action Masters. They might as well have been.
Yeah, exactly. John, what else?
Let's see. What else?
Does Trax want to know why I'm trolling a buffet for buffalo wings?
Well, yeah. The idea of trolling a buffet.
I love Trax. Even though I did unfriend him on Facebook,
Aw.
Well,
He tried to hack
Did he
my
earn
account.
it?
He hacked
Did he
my
earn
account. He tried to.
yeah. I mean, he really earned that.
He earned it. But I love him. I still love him.
Hey,
He's no good for me, but I love him.
When was the last new episode of Transformers Prime in North America? Has it been like 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
The episode.
In North America, it's been since July.
Or like here, sorry, United
I don't know what
States.
you define as North America.
Yeah.
Okay. In the U.S.,
in the U.S.
In the Estados Unidos, it was.
Give me a minute, and I can
It was
tell
over
you.
a month ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a while back.
It was a
Been
while
that long?
ago.
Jeez.
Because we didn't have a Prime this week, and there were 3 from the last 3 weeks, and then there had been a break for a couple weeks. So
Yeah.
it seems like it's been almost
It was
maybe
about a month ago, month and a half.
month and a half.
Yeah, I'd say I think we had our last one in July. I don't think we got any in August, but I could be wrong.
Cassius mentions sending a friend request on Facebook. Like me on Facebook. I don't have friends on Facebook. So.
July 31st.
He only friends people that he knows
There
in
you go.
real life.
23rd. Sorry.
If you'd like a piece of this,
Well, I friend everyone.
Right.
But
It's
yeah,
friendly.
Alan Cassius is one of my favorite people that I'm friends with on Facebook. So I would recommend if you want to make a friend, he would be a good person to friend.
But my fan page on Facebook's totally open. Anybody can post on that.
He's not going to post crap about, he's not going to try to proselytize you like your family does, JD. Well, you should unfriend your family.
I really should.
You should unfriend your family and only friend, fellow fans. That's what I like about Facebook.
That's what I have Twitter for, though. See, it's like I keep it, and Google Plus is great for that, though, because then I can just sort it all out in there. That's fine.
Except for tracks, I friend everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, Don brings up Japanese commercials. Now, those were fun because of the stop motion.
Well, the stop motion and the fireworks and stuff. Like the Overload commercial.
robots.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the G1 stuff was just
bring that
stellar. We actually, a couple of weeks ago, played the Watch commercial. That was that was pretty cool. But any commercial that involves fireworks and explosions and stop motion is A-OK in my book.
So here's a question: as kids,
Sorry.
did you guys buy Transformers merchandise beyond the toys? So like the books and
Yes.
the audio
Yes.
tapes and things like that.
I bought the Find Your Fate books, at least a couple of them.
I thought you were talking about Hooked on Phonics. I was like, I got that.
I
Rosetta
never had the
Stone.
voice changer thing.
I had the Ultra Magnus voice changer.
I had the Rumble one. The
Yeah.
like the first one.
I bought some miscellaneous crap, but it was mostly the comics. If you count comics as being merchandise, I did buy the comics.
It's miscellaneous crap. Nah. Interesting.
That wasn't
Yeah, I think I had a
miscellaneous,
couple
was it?
audiobooks myself. Other than that, just, I don't know, whatever's left over from a Transformers themed birthday.
Yeah.
really not
Well,
so.
I think I mentioned before, I never had a Transformers themed birthday. It was a strawberry shortcake themed birthday. It was the only themed birthday I ever had.
Are they trying
That
to
explains
like,
so
what-
much.
Does your family hate you?
Yeah.
They like strawberries?
Actually, if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, or even if you're not, you can go and look at my photos. And one picture is me wearing the strawberry shortcake little party hat.
That's awesome.
Wow.
So
I didn't think anything of it at the time. Now it's kind of scarring.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
I think
It's kind of like Dexter, only not as cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, now that kid that had hot sauce pouring down his throat, I kind of think that he was the lucky one. No? Okay.
Mom's like, I'm a good mom.
Nobody, Dr. Phil, anybody?
Nobody? Anybody? Somebody. Bail me out.
It's still relevant. I got you, Jake.
XV points out wasn't Rumble, it was Enemy.
What?
It was Enemy. It wasn't.
What?
He's right. It wasn't Enemy. It's
Yeah,
the voice changer.
Voice changer. It was Rumble's head. Come
But
on.
his name is Enemy. He's famous in the fandom for just being Enemy.
Enemy.
Well, that's great.
I'm surprised they haven't done something with that name. At least with BotCon or something goofy. At least in the comic, a cameo or something.
I think that's too obscure almost. That's probably.
Even for BotCon? I don't
No,
know.
it's not.
Well, for the current people running BotCon, yeah.
No, it's not. Dude, Trent is in there. Cypher's in there.
Okay.
Dude, nobody. Yeah, no, it's the Hartmans
If they're
are still
listening,
involved.
do Enemy next year, please.
Yeah,
They're
Enemy
still
would be
in a
awesome.
panel. That's all I ask.
Something for fun.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
BotCon is as nerdy as it's ever been, or maybe nerdier than it's ever been.
That's true. The peak of the nerdiness was the slaughter of the Nightbirds.
Well, that was that wasn't nerdy so much as kind of vengeful and bitter.
It was kind of vengeful. I will totally get on board with that. Yeah, I did kind of read that. I was like, wow, that was over the top. Yeah. That was from from 01? That was 01, wasn't it?
Was that Rob? Did Rob write that? Who wrote that?
Yeah, that was Durham.
Yeah,
because that was when I went. Because that was the whole storyline for RC, was that she was so bitter and angry because Daniel had blown himself up.
I don't think I was alive.
When you say it out loud, how can that not be the peak of nerdness in BotCon history? I
mean, come on. They were being evac'd by what? Diatlas.
Yeah.
And Daniel and Wheelie blowing themselves up. I mean, after being attacked by an army of Nightbirds. I mean, how wank is that, you know?
Yeah. Oh, man. And when it's all said and done, we get emo RC.
Yeah, we get emo RC out of it, which is exactly what happened.
Yeah, terrific.
RC was all brooding and stuff.
With removable bra.
Yes. Removable bra.
Yeah. She will burn because, you know, she's a strong woman.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
Good times, my friend. Good times.
That was Glenn, I think, it wrote that. We love Glenn.
That's right.
I am the official Glenn Howlett stand-in troll.
Stand-in troll.
That's when people who were still youngish and very emotional ran BotCon or had influence on BotCon.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
Yeah.
That's when that's when people actually had influence.
I have that comic is somewhere. I don't even know where it is.
Yeah, it was great. For people listening who have no clue what we're talking about, there was a contingent of the Transformers fandom. We alluded to it a little while ago. That were G1, that were Decepticon apologists, and held the belief that Megatron had a relationship with Nightbird. So this was a way of. It was kind of an FU that in the comic. It's sad. The sad thing is that one of the people who was really a proponent of that theory actually ran a BotCon one year. So.
Oh wow! Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So.
That's one good thing about being a longtime fan is that you know all the ins and outs of all the crap that's hit the fan and then some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know. Because a lot of the prominent people around now, I mean, they were, you know.
Actually, a lot of the prominent people around now were just getting started then. A lot of the people who were prominent then have sort of receded into the background. You still have people like Ben Yee, of course, but a lot of the people are just kind of like, you know.
You know, for all the unpredictability of those years, I don't know if this is also because we were young and maybe a little bit more passionate or purely passionate about it. Those were more exciting BotCons.
Oh God, yeah. Of course, but you didn't know what. Of course, you go to the BotCon, it was all a mystery because you didn't know what was going to be there or anything.
There was a lot of secrets and intrigue around it. I mean, you knew who some of the like the panelists and stuff were.
But the toys are a big part of BotCon now. They're a big part of BotCon then. But there were fewer toys, and admittedly, people had less disposable income who were going to BotCon than they do now. So, you know, the couple of items that you bought were a pretty big investment, and you didn't know. You know, that was the reason some people went to BotCon was for the toys. They're the exclusives, and you would go and you had no idea. And if someone spoiled it, oh my God!
Oh, it was
yeah, it was.
Sky is falling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you think about it now. I mean, BotCon. It's like, God, how many exclusives were at BotCon this year? 10.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
You know,
at least. Yeah.
When during BotCon, the only BotCon that I ever went to, you know, we had two.
I didn't pick either of them up. Triplet did though.
I had them. I still have one for sale. So if you like that RC that we've been talking about on this show, head over to Crave.
Awesome. Anything else, John?
No, I think that was good.
Great plug in there, JD.
Yeah, good segment.
What is it? Crave.com/JD Church or something like that?
Sure, JD Church. Link through Facebook.
You've got like a store?
Sure.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, actually, I'm probably going to... We didn't do a Crave Corner this week. We had scheduling issues. We're going to correct that going forward and have like a regularly scheduled time to do Crave and like a fallback. It's okay, JD. You have a hole in your frickin' leg.
I do have a hole in my leg.
I don't blame you at all. So, So until JD's healed up, I'll probably be the host of Creative Corner with Cole until JD is able to, recover. Poor JD. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so we're bringing that back next week. But I, honest to God, need to go through I was going through my Transformers collection this past weekend, and I'm like, Crave. Ooh, didn't even remember that coming out. I'm putting that on the shelf. So I have even more crap here than I had last week. One of my favorite things I found, we mentioned this a couple weeks ago. I just lost a Machine Wars Megatron. Was the Long Rack.
Oh wow!
I love Long Rack.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so I forgot that I even had that, or I forgot where it was.
I do not have that mold. Believe it or not.
You don't?
I have no for all the versions of that mold that are out. I have none of them.
And of course, I just
really nice to it.
Some things I don't even know why they're in the shelf. One of the things that actually brought me back into G1 stuff was Machine Wars and Machine Wars Megatron. So fantastic, not Megaplex, Megatron. So good deal. Yeah. But yeah, Crave is awesome. So hey Cole and Aaron. Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, so that's RFC for this week. We actually went like an hour and 15 minutes when I expected this to go half an hour. We're sorry for that.
That's why I'm here. I lengthen shows that I'm on.
You lengthen shows. Actually, you lengthen other things too, but you actually get paid quite a bit for that.
Right. Yes. I don't know what we're talking about.
I don't either. That's what I call like a vague innuendo that just like doesn't really make sense, but that I'm implying something, but it doesn't make
my job. Sort of.
Yes.
JD is the source of the super PAC.
That's what my grandma said.
Wow, we got to get out of here. So
so tune in for New Sound Wave. This has been Radio Free Cybertron. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you out there for watching. We'll be back next week, hopefully with XV.
This has been Radio Free Cybertron. Visit us at tfradio.net for show notes and to subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on Twitter at tfradio for news and updates. Watch our live stream at tfradio.net/live. Join our Facebook fan page at facebook.com/tfradio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, TF Radio Network. Have a question or comment? Leave it on our Facebook fan page or mail it to contact@tfradio.net. Copyright 2011, Radio Free Cybertron.